Welcome, friends, to the Reality of Health podcast. Today we're talking supplements. Should you even take them? And then which ones should you take? We're not going to get super deep into all the different types and why and how and when and all that stuff. Today I'm going to simplify it. Since you're a water being that runs on electricity, the basic way that you get sick is you run out of electricity. That happens from being poisoned, from toxins in and around your life, or too much stress, or poor diet. You know the drill. When the energy runs out, your body can't detoxify any longer. If your body can't detoxify both physical toxins, but also emotional or mental toxicity, like what happens with stress or PTSD or even sadness or evil, many other things, then your body has to flip that switch into a healing state. That's going to look like everything from cancer to inflammation, you name it. Small disclaimer, I'm not saying in this episode that everybody should take supplements or they shouldn't take any. I'm simply giving you perspectives on whether you really need them, or you were told they were good for you, so you decided to take them anyways. There's one thing I know. In the natural health field, I know supplements. I'm pro supplement only when needed. There are a few supplements that I think pretty much everybody should be on because, let's face it, they're low in our diet and elsewhere. I believe pretty much everybody should be taking iodine. Nascent iodine. Just did an episode on iodine recently, if you care to listen. For most people, I would also recommend some kind of collagen. The best would be an organic frozen bone broth, if you don't want to make it yourself. If you're going to buy collagen powder, make sure it's organic or a powdered bone broth. If you like to eat carbohydrates and sugar, then you absolutely must be on a vitamin C supplement. Fat-soluble vitamin C or a liposomal would be the best. You see, if you consume carbs and sugar, then your need for vitamin C greatly increases. If you're highly stressed out or you exercise a lot, then magnesium would be good for you. The form you would want is called glycinate. Your daily habits determine your health. Those habits keep you from getting sick. They keep your electricity or your energy, or if you want to call it charge, it keeps those levels up. Then the body can do all the things that it needs to do in the background to keep you healthy on a regular basis. Those things would be super good water, very good low-carb diet. I don't want to stop eating carbs, Eric. I love my carbs and sugar. That's fine. Take a lot of vitamin C. Clean air, low stress, a good emotional mental state, a low non-native EMF. That would be your cell phones and Wi-Fi and 5G and all that other electromagnetic frequencies that are bombarding our body every single day. If you do those things, you don't need supplements. When you know you have a condition, that's when you need to kick in and use what you know to use, like vitamins and minerals and herbs and all the other stuff that you can buy. The term supplements is very broad-ranging, from vitamins and minerals, enzymes, cofactors like CoQ10, as an example, amino acids, electrolytes, or herbs or mushrooms, protein, no, not those mushrooms, protein powder, oils, probiotics, there's a whole bunch of others. Now, elements are different. Getting enough salt, as a good example of that, salt is not a supplement. Electrolytes are interesting. States it right in their name, electro. They don't actually give or provide or create energy. They carry energy that they've picked up from the sun or your food or the ground or native EMF, which is the ground, like the earth. Red light therapy, or if you're in a Tesla, ether, not the cars. You only need those kind of things when you lose too much energy. The reason you feel better taking things like electrolytes is those electrolytes are most likely already charged. If you've urinated out, or through your feces, or you sweat out a decent amount of your minerals that are known as electrolytes. Not all minerals are electrolytes, but several of them are. You need to replenish those because you're using them up. Most people do not use up that much, but more importantly, you're using up their charge. That is why minerals or electrolytes are good for you. They carry charge. They carry electricity. That's the key. They, in and of themselves, don't do anything. It's their charge. It's their EMF field. It's their energetic signature. That's how things work in your body. If you know you have a specific health condition, then you can take supplements of all different types to accelerate that healing. Especially if you have a chronic condition, then you definitely need to find the root cause. Many chronic conditions go away once you change your habits, like the water you drink, the food you eat, getting good sleep, laughing more, exercise, and of course, lowering your stress levels. Once you have a condition that is hard to reverse, like diabetes, then yes, a supplement is needed regularly. But even then, by going on a proper low-carb diet, you may have no symptoms of diabetes any longer. The only reason that you've got to take all that insulin is because you're consuming the sugar and carbs. Some cultures, even going back into antiquity, didn't see certain things like supplements. They see them as food. For example, herbs. Herbs are technically food. Food that you wouldn't necessarily eat a lot of because it's extremely powerful, but nonetheless, it's a edible plant. Some of these cultures would use things like roots. You've always heard of things like ginseng. Ancient, modern cultures like those that live in the continent of Asia still use ginseng every single day, their entire life. In their culture, a powerful root like ginseng works with their lifestyle. Since it's actually a food, you can consume it every day without side effects. How about tea? That's another good example. Lots of different tea preparations from all around the world, all the way back in history. You might drink echinacea tea when you're sick. Tea preparations change all around the world based on plants and or mushrooms or any number of things that they can steep in water. Also in alcohol. So let's say you're doing a normal tea preparation, regular tea leaves. That can be beneficial, but also it can have some other long-term consequences. Regular tea leaves have a lot of anti-nutrients in them, and though they be okay for a short term, eventually they will build up, and they'll cause problems. I know you've heard great things about tea. I know. But what they're never telling you is all the bad things about tea, because that would not sell an article, would it? Let's be honest. Animal sources are the best way to get minerals and other cofactors like protein and good essential fatty acids and fat-soluble vitamins, which are the best. But Eric, I thought that vegetables are the best way to get vitamins and minerals. Well, they would be if the vegetable did not have anti-nutrients that block the absorption of those minerals that you're looking for. Vegetables also do not have fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. Let's give you a quick example. The best source of zinc is oysters. I know not everybody likes them. That's not the point. There is no better source or better food to consume to get the power associated with zinc. It's not just the nutrient that we're looking for. It's also the matrix or the substance it's in, or the tissue, or the item like the oyster. There's more than just zinc in there. So the zinc, plus the other cofactors in the oyster, work together to make a very powerful zinc. This is how herbs are so powerful. They don't have high quantities of anything, but they have many different cofactors all together making a complex. That complex has lots of energy associated with it, therefore has powerful results. How about oregano? Many people have heard about how oregano is so good for colds and flus and such. There's not just one thing in oregano that makes it oregano. Let's take ginger. There's over 800 compounds in ginger. It's not only one nutrient that gives you the result you're looking for. There's so many things all working together, and it's better that way. In my opinion, ginger is the king of all herbs. So my question for you is, do you need vitamin C, or magnesium, or zinc, or enzymes, or CoQ10, or amino acids, maybe electrolytes, or any other herb or root or mushroom? Well, I believe you do, when you're sick. Otherwise, if you're healthy, you don't need it because you've done all the other things like water and lowered stress and you lowered your carbohydrates. You have a good diet. You did all those things to keep yourself healthy. Then if you remove the toxins in your life to the lowest level you can, you don't get sick. Your body is able to detoxify itself easily every day, all day, your entire life. You won't get things like cancer and colds and flus and arthritis and bowel disorders and dementia and Alzheimer's and all the other stuff. But if you don't get enough good things going into your body, then you can't get rid of the bad things that are in the body. Good in pushes the bad out. It's the homeostasis I constantly talk about. When you're doing healthy things, you stay healthy. When you do unhealthy things, you throw this balance of life into an unbalanced state. Next episode, we're going to discuss whether you should detox, and if so, how do you do it? I appreciate each and every one of you listening on a regular basis and all the new people. If I have helped you at all, please let me know. There's lots of ways to get a hold of me. I'd love to hear how you feel better. Thank you for listening. Take care of yourselves.